Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Mark back with another video. And yesterday I reviewed WWE WrestleMania 36 Part 1 2020. And now we're 1 day later, obviously I'm here to review Part 2 of WrestleMania 36 2020. And wow, the show just got off the air like maybe half an hour ago, probably a little bit longer than that. But honestly, guys, this year, I was excited for WrestleMania. I was very excited for WrestleMania. I was worried at the same time. Like, I've been telling so many of my friends, man, like, the more that time goes on, we hear more and more bullshit about WrestleMania. Like, it might get cancelled, certain people not actually gonna wrestle there, stuff like that. And it was really frustrating, really like got me less and less excited for WrestleMania. But when they announced the ladder match and the IC title match, that's when I got my hopes up a bit. And then I was saying to myself, it's WrestleMania, bro. I know it won't be the same not being in a stadium, or not being in a stadium, or no crowd either, and in the performance center. But honestly, like, even though this would have been much like awesome, even more awesome if it had those things, for WrestleMania, the show's sake. This show was still awesome, honestly. I absolutely loved WrestleMania, honestly. I loved WrestleMania. I loved both nights. I loved night 1 and tonight's show, night 2. I loved WrestleMania so much. It was absolutely phenomenal, in my honest opinion. I loved both. I loved both night 1 and night 2, especially night 2, man. And I wasn't bored one bit during all of WrestleMania. I was entertained the whole time, even during the kickoffs. And I absolutely loved WrestleMania this year. I was excited for it. Like I said, once the IC title match and the ladder match were announced, that's when I started to get excited again. And then I was saying to myself, it's WrestleMania, okay? So of course, it's WrestleMania. I know it wouldn't be the same, the way it is, but it's WrestleMania, so of course that in itself is a reason to be excited for this. And I loved every bit of WrestleMania. Like I said, I know I sound like I'm repeating myself, I guess, but what more can I say, really? And I just oh shit, I didn't realize I was right at the bottom of my glass of Pepsi that I have right now. I'll definitely refill that probably later tonight for dinner. Or maybe I'll have a nap by then. Or something like that. But I loved WrestleMania. And like I said, it exceeded my expectations. WrestleMania, sure, were there a couple things I would change if I could? Yeah. Sure, was I disappointed with some of the results? Yeah. Was I ever bored once during night 1 or night 2? Absolutely not. I loved every bit of WrestleMania. I'm not trying to sound repetitive. We're 4 minutes in. But I loved WrestleMania. Like I said, cause since it's WrestleMania, I feel like soak up this review as much as you can, because once I upload it, that's my review for this year's WrestleMania done. You know what I mean? It's so hard to compare to all the other WrestleManias, man. It's every WrestleMania is different, man. Oh, and by the way, I know last night I said I would rewatch the Boneyard match between Undertaker and AJ Styles, and then I changed my mind in the same video. I changed my mind again. I ended up rewatching Undertaker vs AJ Styles, and to be honest, I feel the same way I did yesterday. I still had a lot of fun with it, but like it was just a really fun match. It's awesome. I'm glad like so many people absolutely love that match to death. I still feel the same way I did the first time I watched it, honestly. Yeah, I still feel the same way. I do when I watch it, but like, I know y'all respect my opinion. It seems like a lot of you respect my opinion, and thank you so much for that. I still love the match. I still think it's a lot of fun to watch, and there's been some great memes thanks to that match. But I rewatched it, and I still feel the same way I did the first time, honestly. But yeah. Yep. But now, WrestleMania Night 2. If you guys haven't watched my review of WrestleMania Night 1, if you're interested in watching this review of Night 2, please go ahead and watch my review for Night 1. You're gonna want to get my thoughts on the whole show, and we have two new main eventers of WrestleMania from this weekend. AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre are both officially in the history books as WrestleMania main eventers. Yes, guys, Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre was the main event of WrestleMania, and I was so ecstatic that it ended up main eventing. And I'll get onto that. Of course, that's the main event, and it's the overall main event, of course. I have no idea what the future's going to be like, and I'm wondering what the future is going to be like for WWE. I mean, like, the near future, of course. Like, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Raw after WrestleMania. But like I said, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Raw after WrestleMania. But I hear rumors that WWE might actually take an off season. And I am all for that, honestly. Yes, I am 100% all for an off season in WWE. It would be nice, actually. It would make it feel like the other sports, you know what I mean? And honestly, like, I can. If this was WWE's last show for a while, I'm all good with that. I would be ecstatic if this was WWE's last show until the virus clears up, And like I said, yeah, how long are we? We are 7 minutes, 40-something seconds into this review, and I still haven't gotten to reviewing one match. Yeah. I loved WrestleMania this year, Exceeded my expectations. I'm sure, I would, and like, there was one certain ending match result that I was dreading, that I expected to happen, even though I wanted it to go the other way. And my fears did come true, but I'm not as upset as I thought I would end up being, But yeah, of course. Could I nitpick the show to death? Of course I could. But I don't want to. I'm going to focus on the positives. I actually absolutely love this show. If you had to give me a rating, I don't rate any wrestling shows based on like how much, based on like the quality of all the matches together. Honestly, like a lot of like star ratings people do. I just rate WrestleManias as if I would rate a movie, for example. Like, for example, my favorite movie of all time, The Dark Knight, obviously I give that a 10 out of 10. And, like, I would do the same for, like, wrestling shows. I give WrestleMania 30 a 10 out of 10, honestly. I give WrestleMania 33 a 10 out of 10. There's a lot of WrestleManias I'd give a 10 out of 10, honestly. I give WrestleMania 26 a 10 out of 10, honestly. And if you had to ask me, if I had to rate Night 1 of WrestleMania, 9 out of 10. If I had to rate Night 2, screw it, 10 out of 10. Yeah. Do you guys still like to rate things 10 out of 10, even if it does have nitpicks? Because I couldn't nitpick Night 2 of WrestleMania 36, but I give it a 10 out of 10, honestly. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved WrestleMania this year. Both nights. Without further ado, I'm sure you guys want me to get to the actual matches. So, Night 2 of WrestleMania 2020. Here we go. Alright, kickoff match. We have Liv Morgan versus Natalya. I honestly loved this match. It was pretty short. Let's see what Wikipedia says. Six minutes, 25 seconds. 2 minutes shorter than yesterday's pre-show match. Liv Morgan versus Natalya. I had so much fun watching this match. You had Liv Morgan and Natalya playing games with each other at the side, especially Natalya. And there were a lot of counters, some great technical wrestling, moments when I thought Natalya had Liv Morgan beat and vice versa. And I just had fun. It's crazy because I completely forgot what happened in this match, to be honest. But I remember absolutely having a blast watching it. And for what it was, I loved it. Honestly, Liv Morgan versus Natalya. A lot of great counters. Natalya was playing a heel and stuff. I forgot what happened, but I remember Liv Morgan won. I think with a roll up, maybe. In the top, but I remember loving the match. That's crazy because I don't even remember what happened, but I still loved it. Yeah. And now the show officially starts, and we have the NXT Women's Championship match. We have Rhea Ripley defending against Charlotte Flair. This match was awesome. I absolutely loved this match. I wasn't excited for this match going on, honestly, but once I started watching the match, I absolutely loved it. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. Rhea Ripley was screaming so hard during this match throughout most of it, and a lot of great counters. You had a lot of strikes, and they were come on, and it was back and forth. Rhea Ripley actually did the riptide right off the bat for a near fall. That was awesome. And Charlotte, Charlotte is an asshole, her character, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if she's an asshole in real life, to be honest. Honestly, I love this match so much. Especially, it felt real to me. That's personally how I felt watching the match. How Charlotte was just attacking Rhea Ripley for, so much of the match. And Rhea Ripley was just screaming her head off throughout most of the match. And you got immature smarks online being oh, this is like watching a porno. Haha, shut up. Seriously. I really love this match. I actually love this match the more I think about it, honestly. I think I'll rate this match a little bit higher than what I gave it. But I love this match. I really did love this match. The ending pissed me off, but it could mean good things in the future. It could mean that I think if I say that, it's obviously going to spoil. So here's what happened at the end. Charlotte Flair had Rhea Ripley in the figure 4, and then she turned into a figure 8, and then Rhea Ripley tapped out, which pissed me off. And it was still an awesome match, man. Charlotte versus Rhea, but we all know that Charlotte. I don't know if it's Charlotte or Ric Flair himself who sucks Vince's cock to get Charlotte Flair a trillion titles just because she's Ric Flair's daughter. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that with The Rock's daughter when she but it was an awesome match. I still love Charlotte as a wrestler, even though her getting handed everything pisses me off. I still love Charlotte as a wrestler. And I still love Ric Flair as a wrestler. I have his DVD, his first DVD, the Ultimate, the Ultimate Ric Flair collection. And I do want to get the definitive Ric Flair collection eventually. And that's actually a documentary DVD, which is a weird title for a documentary if you ask me. But yeah, I still love Charlotte and Ric Flair as wrestlers, even though we know they both suck Vince's cock. For Charlotte to get pushed to the moon, shoved down our throats all the time. But this match was freaking phenomenal. Honestly, my second favorite match of the night. Yeah, I loved it. I loved this match so much. And man, it's crazy. When I watch these matches live, like, I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to say this in my review. And then, you know, because it's been like 3 hours since that match happened, once I get to the main event, I'm like, what happened in that match? Exactly, because I can't remember every single thing of a 4-hour show, guys. Like, come on, man. But I love Charlotte versus Rhea. Awesome match. Absolutely loved it. I don't like the result, but I loved the match, you know. And, yeah, hopefully that means Charlotte goes back to NXT. That would be awesome. I feel like, Triple H is gonna handle her in NXT a lot better. You know, we can live without Charlotte on the main roster for a long time. Man, I wonder if Vince is aware that nobody likes Charlotte being handed everything. Like, for real. It's really fucking annoying, but, you know. But, you know, I guess both Charlotte and Rick are great at sucking Vince's cock. But, anyway, awesome match. And, yeah. And, yeah, like I said, I still love Charlotte and Rick as wrestlers. But still. And women's championships are not world titles, okay? So she's not going to tie John Cena. She's not going to break John Cena's record, okay? That belongs to John Cena and Ric Flair, the 16-time world championship record. So I'm pretty sure WWE and all Smarks are going to twist that around, make it sound like that's the case. But it's not. Alright? Awesome match. Crap result, but an awesome match. Next up, we have Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. I personally wasn't really excited for this match. Honestly, I thought Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor from WrestleMania last year was a lot of fun, even though it was short. And for that reason, I was excited for Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. I'm honestly a big fan of Bobby Lashley. A lot of Smarks have turned on him for because that's just how Smarks are. They nitpick everything, you know. And I still hope to see Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar eventually. But this was a fun match. It reminded me of Finn versus what's his face from last year. Bobby Lashley. He's the one in this match. Yeah. And like this was a lot of fun. There was this awesome like moment when like Aleister Black and Bobby Lashley were fighting on the outside, and then Bobby Lashley did this awesome belly to belly suplex on the outside to Aleister Black. That was an awesome spot. That was an awesome spot, man. And then you had, I'm pretty sure, I think Bobby Lashley did a couple spears during this match, and during the last spear, I called this. Bobby Lashley was prepping up for the last spear at the end, and I just knew that Aleister Black was going to do the Black Mass during that spear. 1, 2, 3, Aleister Black wins. I was rooting for Bobby Lashley personally, but I was pretty sure Aleister Black was going to win. And it's funny because Lana was at ringside for Bobby Lashley, of course, and I was like, and Lana was like, go for the spear, don't do your hanging super, or whatever his other finisher is. Lana was like, go for the spear, and I'm like, Lana, you're telling Bobby Lashley to go for the spear. Aleister Black is right there. You know he can hear you, right? You know he can hear you. So Aleister is going to be aware that a spear is headed his way. And, of course, I'm pretty sure that's what happened, you know. Bobby Lashley went for the spear. Boom. Black Mass. 1, 2, 3. Aleister Black defeats Bobby Lashley in a pretty awesome match for the short time it got. I would like for Bobby Lashley to get some wins at WrestleMania, not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of his personally. But Bobby Lashley has defeated Roman Reigns before and on pay-per-view. Bobby Lashley has never defeated John Cena though. That was an awesome match, man. Bobby Lashley versus John Cena. And right now I'm going to search up Bobby Lashley versus John Cena to see if they have had any other matches besides Great American Bash 07. No, I think that's their only match against each other. Yep. But that was an awesome match. For what it was, of course. And I loved it. For what it was, of course. Now we go on to the next match. Next match. This was a match that I was excited for personally. Yeah, to some extent, I was excited for every single match, honestly. But this match, I really love this match. I was really into the storyline in this match. I was feeling so hard for Otis, man, that especially during that video package. I felt so hard for Otis because I know exactly how he feels, man. It really upset. It really got me teary-eyed. But this match, Otis versus Dolph Ziggler, who stole Otis's girl, Mandy Rose, and it turned out to be a whole setup from Sonya Deville, who is Mandy Rose's best friend, I really love this match, honestly. He had Otis when he made his entrance, and honestly, this is Dolph Ziggler's first ever singles match at WrestleMania. This is not at all what I expected Dolph Ziggler's first singles match at WrestleMania to be. I didn't expect it to be against a tag team guy. And I sure as heck didn't expect it to be in front of no audience. But hopefully Dolph Ziggler gets another singles match at WrestleMania one day. In front of an audience, of course. And I love Dolph Ziggler and Mandy Rose not Mandy Rose, but Sonya Deville were working together. And Otis, at one point was manhandling Dolph Ziggler. He really was manhandling him. And at one point, Sonya Deville distracted the referee. Dolph Ziggler did a low blow, and then the tide turned in Dolph Ziggler's favor. Then at one point, Mandy Rose, music hit, and she came down to the ring, and she slaps her best friend, Sonya Deville. Then she gets in the ring while the referee's distracted, kicks Dolph Ziggler in the nuts. Otis does something, and then Otis does the caterpillar to Dolph Ziggler. 1, 2, 3. Otis defeats Dolph Ziggler, has his WrestleMania moment, and he gets the girl. Mandy Rose went into the ring after Otis's victory. Otis picked her up, and they kissed. That was awesome. I honestly loved this match. I was excited for it, honestly. But it was better than I expected, even. And isn't that amazing when a match you are excited for still ends up being better than you expect it to be? For real, man. I loved it, honestly. I really did. And, yeah. I loved it. And I'm so happy for Otis, man. I'm so happy for him. And next up, we have in my opinion, the match of the night. And for me, the best match of all of WrestleMania weekend. Last man standing match. Edge versus Randy Orton. Na 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 na. Randall Keith. Edge's first singles match in 9 years. And you know what's amazing? I was already on YouTube when Edge had his last match. I was already on YouTube for 4 months, actually. April 2011. I joined YouTube in December 2010. And since then, since I joined YouTube, Edge has wrestled. He wrestled his original last match. Let me rephrase. Edge has wrestled, retired, and returned to the ring since I joined YouTube. That's awesome. Isn't that incredible? I'm so happy to see Edge back in the ring. I'm curious as to what his future is. I feel like a little bit of a hypocrite for talking about future a lot in this video, because I personally hate it when they have WrestleMania be a setup for the future, when I feel like WrestleMania should be like a culmination. Everything about WrestleMania should be a culmination, in my opinion. It really should be. Worry about the future on the Raw after WrestleMania. That's how I see it, personally. That's what pissed me off about WrestleMania 34. You had AJ vs. Nakamura from WrestleMania 34. By the way, I reviewed that show right after it happened 2 years ago, so you can see my review of that. AJ vs. Shinsuke. Looking back, I actually thought that was a great match. AJ vs. Shinsuke should have and could have been a 5-star match. But for what it was a great match still, in my opinion. The finish was whack. But I kind of liked the whack finish in the match. But for example, I thought that was I hated that, it was cool at the same time, but I hated at the same time seeing Shinsuke Nakamura turn heel. Because that was a future setup thing. You're not thinking about this culmination, And to me, a far better WrestleMania moment, which you should have gone with, was Shinsuke Nakamura becoming WWE Champion. Honestly, it really pisses me off how many tries that Shinsuke had and he still failed. It really pisses me off. The fact that he was never WWE Champion really pisses me off. But thankfully we have Universe Mode at the very, very least. But anyway, I was just saying for an example. I forgot what got me to talk about that. I completely forgot what got me to talk about that. Culmination stuff, and I completely forgot what. But anyway, last man standing match: Edge versus Randy Orton. This match was everything. This match was beyond what I imagined it would be, in the best possible way. The way I imagined this match, they'd use tables probably. They use chairs, and they just fight in the. It never occurred to me that they'll go backstage and all over the performance center. I couldn't tell you how happy I was that they did. I loved every bit of this match, man. Oh my. This might be my favorite match between Edge and Randy Orton ever. That's saying a lot, because I absolutely love their Vengeance 2004 match. That match was amazing, but this match might have exceeded that, maybe even far exceeded that. To me personally, they did 2 things inside the ring. Edge did his entrance. Randy Orton's music was playing, and Randy Orton was pretending to be a cameraman, and he RKO'd Edge from behind, and then the ref came in. Edge, do you want to compete? And he's like, yeah. And then Randy Orton, once the bell rings, Randy Orton does another RKO right off the bat. But it's not enough to put down Edge. And then they fought. And then that was pretty much all they did inside the ring. And then they just went over the barricade. They fought all over the place. We basically got a tour of the whole performance center. They fought in the gym for a long time. This match was like 40 minutes long, guys. This match was freaking long, but I absolutely loved every bit of this match. They fought everywhere. They fought in the gym. They fought in the equipment area. They fought in the makeup area. They fought on top of a truck. They fought everywhere. I'm not even going to name every single place. They did so much to each other. Dives off of things. Finishes everywhere. Lots of near counts. Edge actually said fuck at one point, which got bleeped out, but I knew he was saying fuck, which was awesome. That made me wish this was live, because we probably would have heard fuck live on WrestleMania on a PG show. And I know the Smarks, they chant, holy shit. Oh wait, that's different. Or like, Smarks like to say F-bombs, because they think it makes them cool when they're in the crowd. Thankfully, there was no smart crowd here to ruin it. But, yeah, thankfully there was no smart crowd to ruin it. And I know this idiot Smark that I used to sort of be friends with was like, oh yeah, because I was saying that fans like to chant holy shit just to have swear words appear on a PG show, and that idiot Smark was like, oh yeah, but leave them alone. Like, fuck you, there are kids there and shit. Like, seriously. Like, you're just a pissant Smark, seriously. But anyway, enough about idiot Smarks. Back to this amazing match. This match, like I said, guys, this match was 40 minutes long. If you want to know everything that happens, just watch the match for yourself. I'm pretty sure you're going to have fun. They did stuff that I never would have occurred to me would have happened. And it was glorious. No, I won't give in. I won't give in. This match was absolutely amazing. I loved every bit of this match. And some people thought it dragged out. You're just another Smark looking for something to complain about. As always, you probably like hour-long ROH matches. You give this match crap. Why? Because it's not the Indies. Obviously. But, yeah. But, like I say, if they fought in a meeting room place, they fought everywhere, man. And the ending, like I said, the ending was perfect. Randy Orton went for, Randy Orton got up. Oh, no, Randy Orton went for the punk kick. Then Edge speared him. Then Randy Orton got up. And then I think Randy Orton did an RKO. Edge got up. And then I think Randy Orton was trying to do something. I think a concerto. And then Edge put him in a sleeper hold type move. And then Randy Orton passed out. And then Edge, the emotion on Edge's face, man, was just incredible. Edge got out a chair, put Randy Orton in a concerto position, and poetically, the way that this match and feud started ends the same way with the other person. Edge does the concerto to Randy Orton on top of a truck backstage, and defeats Randy Orton in an amazing last man standing match. Loved every bit of this match. My favorite match of all of WrestleMania weekend. Personally, absolutely amazing. I loved it so much. Nothing wrong with this match. This is beyond what I expected this match to be in the best possible way. I loved it. Loved it so much. And yeah. So that was my favorite match of all of WrestleMania weekend right there. Edge versus Randy Orton, last man standing. Phenomenal stuff, man. Phenomenal. Just couldn't have gone more perfect, that match, to me, honestly. Couldn't have gone better with that match. Next up, we have the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship match. The Street Profits, consisting of Angelo, Dawkins, and Montez Ford, defending against Austin Theory and Angel Garza. Austin Theory, this was probably the match I didn't care about at all, but when I found out something incredible about Austin Theory. John Cena was Austin Theory's inspiration. That's incredible. Honestly, I never would have really, that's what I was like. John Cena was his inspiration. Dang. That's I can't believe I heard that. Just awesome, man. Just the fact that John Cena inspired Austin Theory. I never knew or cared who Austin Theory was until I heard about that, and for that reason, I was rooting for him in this match. I didn't think he would end up winning, and he didn't. But this match, it was another really short match, but it was a lot of fun for what it was. You had 3 flip moves in this match. It was tons of fun. Angel Garza did this awesome blind salt, and Montez Ford did another awesome freaking spaceman plunge or whatever he did of his own. There was some other cool stuff too, but in the end, the Street Profits retained. I completely forgot how, but I think Angel Garza got pinned. Someone got pinned, and the Street Profits retained. And then Zelina Vega, who accompanied Austin Theory and Angel Garza to ring, got pissed off, and she attacked, and they all 3 of them attacked the Street Profits, and then Bianca Belair comes out to save her husband, Montez Ford, of course. So cool. I didn't really care, honestly, for Bianca Belair, but cool. So Street Profits retain. It was a fun match for what it was, though. I really liked it. And I'll probably say that's my least favorite match of night, too. But I still really enjoyed it. That tells you how much I loved WrestleMania this year. Man, I really loved WrestleMania this year so much. Next up, we have the Fatal 5-Way Elimination match for the WWE Smackdown Women's Championship. We have Bayley defending against Sasha Banks, Lacey Evans, Naomi, and Tamina. This match was long, man. This match was almost 20 minutes. Tamina was the first to be eliminated. Everyone did their finishes on her, and they all ganged up on her to pin her at the same time, and she got eliminated. Just like Nia Jax at WrestleMania 33. By the way, I reviewed WrestleMania 33 3 years ago, right after it happened, so go ahead and check out my review of WrestleMania 33. Even though Tamina got eliminated like that, at least she went down strong. And I wouldn't have minded if Tamina won, honestly. Honestly, everyone in this match besides Naomi, I was okay for winning. Honestly. Anyone in this match besides Naomi, I was all good with winning. But Tamina was the first to be eliminated. I don't know if Tamina's ever been champion at all. With all due respect to her, of course. A one-time 24/7 champion. That's it. Holy crap. What? I just looked at a Wikipedia page. What? That one time, I had to the recording got paused just now because someone called on the phone. I didn't answer it because I didn't know who it was. But yeah, one time 24/7 champion. I would love for Tamina to be a champion one day, honestly. A real champion, like a proper champion, not 24/7 champion. That's her only accomplishment in her career so far, which is sad because I think she has a lot of potential. But yeah, I really enjoyed this match. Tamina was the first eliminated, and then after that it was Naomi, and I was so happy that Naomi got eliminated. And I know you're like, man, why do you hate Naomi so much? I didn't hate Naomi, okay? I actually really like Naomi. She's a really fun wrestler to watch. However, I was actually honestly a little bit pissed off when she won the first ever Women's WrestleMania Battle Royal. Because she had her moment the previous year. And Naomi, honestly, is a type of wrestler who only needs one WrestleMania moment at the most, honestly. And like my friend actually told me, he didn't tell me, but he did in his old review, which I think is deleted now, that, man, Naomi only won because she's married to a Samoan, which is Jimmy Uso, obviously. Well, not obviously, if you don't know, of course, but I thought I was scared that Naomi would end up winning here because I was hoping that Vince, for once, wouldn't give in to his Samoan fetish, and for the second night in a row, he didn't give in to his Samoan fetish, and Naomi got eliminated. I was ecstatic. And then it was down to Bayley, Lacey, and Sasha. And and I was honestly happy with either of those three winning. Oh, by the way, this is something I'll say it at the end if I remember, actually. Bayley accidentally hit Sasha Banks. Bayley and Sasha were actually working together this whole match. Their plan was obviously to eliminate everyone else before it ends up being they themselves one-on-one. And so Bayley accidentally kicked Sasha Banks. And then Lacey Evans did her elbow to Sasha Banks. 1, 2, 3. Sasha Banks got eliminated. That was down to Bayley and Lacey Evans. And Sasha Banks was done for the match. And it looked like she was pissed off at Bayley. But right at the end, Sasha Banks does the freaking, the bank statement. Not the full bank statement, just the backbreaker thing, or whatever you call it. To Lacey Evans. Bayley does her knee thing. 1, 2, 3. Bayley retains. Sasha Banks is still her friend. Awesome stuff. That was a really fun match. I really enjoyed that match, honestly. And yeah, I was actually really excited for this match as well. I thought with it being an elimination match, it was going to go quite a long time, and it did. But this match was awesome. Loved this match for what it was. And yeah. Next up, the second to last match of all of WrestleMania. Firefly Funhouse match. John Cena versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt. I gotta tell you guys something. I was dreading this so much. Because I fully expected John Cena to lose, even though I wanted him so badly to win. But with this type of match, I wasn't too sad that he lost. I still would have preferred Cena won. But honestly, I wasn't too sad or upset that he lost. This match was a lot like the match between Undertaker and AJ Styles from yesterday. This match was a lot like that. It was really funny and weird, though. You had Bray Wyatt playing mind games with Cena. You had Bray Wyatt mind controlling Cena. Bray Wyatt was actually his regular self for most of this match, honestly. Because, like I said, this was another filmed in advance match with lots of editing, obviously, just like the Boneyard match. from yesterday. John Cena like appeared in the Firefly Funhouse room. Then he goes through the door, gets thing to a puppet of Vince McMahon, and then John Cena suddenly gets turned into his debut outfit person, and he looks so silly wearing that now. He looked great wearing it back then, but now he's 42. Back then he was 25. Now he's 42. So of course he looks so ridiculous, but it was so cool seeing that at the same time. And then John Cena got turned into Word Life, Thugonomics Cena, and Bray Wyatt's powers was that John Cena could only talk in rhymes, and John Cena owned Bray Wyatt. I don't care what any of you smarks say. John Cena owned Bray Wyatt, and then Bray Wyatt was talking about how John Cena defeated him at WrestleMania 30 6 years ago. By the way, I reviewed WrestleMania 30 6 years ago, back when it happened, so you can go check that out. And I also did a second review of WrestleMania 30 with my friend way back in 2016, so go check that out also. Little bit of self-promotion. But yeah, John Cena owned Bray Wyatt, and then John Cena turned into his 2014 self, I guess. And then John Cena turned into like an NWO thing. There's probably stuff about this match the Vince McMahon puppet, McBossman or whatever Bray Wyatt calls that thing. He literally said, "This is such good shit." Like, because that's like an infamous Vince McMahon quote or whatever. And then eventually Bray Wyatt turned into the Fiend. Bray Wyatt did Sister Abigail, and then Bray Wyatt did his mandible claw on Cena, and this was hilarious because the camera switched to regular Bray Wyatt making the pin. And the Fiend defeats John Cena. But guess what? I didn't hear no bell. Like the great Randy Marsh from South Park says, I didn't hear no bell. So, yeah, I didn't hear no bell in this match. So did Bray Wyatt really defeat John Cena? You smarks wish. Seriously. And guess what? John Cena defeated Bray Wyatt. He has defeated Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania before. And there was a bell in that match. And John Cena owned Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 32 along with The Rock. And John Cena still owned Bray Wyatt here tonight in the rap thing. So, you smarks can twist it around all you want. But there was no bell. Alright? So Bray Wyatt didn't really defeat John Cena. Idiot smarks. And John Cena still defeated Bray Wyatt for real at WrestleMania 30. And for real, I really wasn't as upset about John Cena losing as much as I thought I would end up being. Because I think seeing regular Bray Wyatt make the pin himself kind of got me all giggly. And then, like, at that point, I knew it was going to be a 3 count. But, yeah. Yeah, I really love the Firefly Funhouse match. I personally like this more than AJ Taker from yesterday, personally. That's just me. I loved it, though. I still had a lot of fun watching this match. You had, like, John Cena pretending to be Hulk Hogan. Like I said, if you guys might not know what I'm talking about, by the way, I'm talking, like, if you guys watch this, it was another cinematic type match. I love you. I love you, Luna. But yeah, this match was, I love this match for what it was. Not too upset that Cena lost, honestly. I'm glad that this ended up being a Firefly Funhouse match or a regular match. Because then there would have been a bell. But there was no bell. And a friend of mine told me, to be fair, we didn't hear the bell during Undertaker AJ yesterday either. But technically we did. We heard the bell during Undertaker's theme. Gong. So, this doesn't matter. The Fiend, quote unquote, defeating John Cena doesn't matter. Alright. And I was telling myself that I still win regardless, honestly, because I get to see John Cena wrestle again finally. Well, sort of. This wasn't really a wrestling match, honestly. It was really a cinematic fight. Not rather than a wrestling match. In a way, honestly, in a way, his last actual wrestling match was still that Fatal 4-Way between him, Drew, Baron Corbin, and Finn Balor from last year on Raw. That's still his last match. But I love this, honestly. And, yeah. But still, John Cena defeated Bray Wyatt for real at WrestleMania 30. And he owned Bray Wyatt again at WrestleMania 32. And he still owned him tonight. Even in quote-unquote defeat. John Cena he is my hero. You guys know that. I'm the biggest John Cena fan. I will happily take the claim of being the biggest John Cena fan ever. I love him so much, man. I don't know what he's gonna do after this. Honestly, because there were 3 or 4 things that I would really want Cena to do before he retires. And I don't think he's gonna do any of those, sadly. Those 4 things being, I want him to face off and defeat Undertaker at WrestleMania. I want him to win the IC title. I want him to be a 17-time world champion. And I want him to be a 3-time Royal Rumble winner. All 4 of those, then he can retire. I'm forever content with his career. And a lot of my friends tell me, man, you should be content with his career regardless. Because he's had an amazing career that so many wrestlers would kill to have. And that's so true. John Cena might honestly be the most accomplished wrestler of all time. He really might be. He's accomplished so much in his career, man. And he's had the longest time on top of WWE ever. More than Bruno Sammartino. More than Hulk Hogan. More than Stone Cold. More than anybody. But like, it's still in the back of my mind. I still would love for him to accomplish those things. And if I could choose that he accomplishes just one of those things, Intercontinental Championship. If I had to choose just one thing for John Cena to accomplish just before he retires, IC title. IC title. Have him win the IC title, have him vacate it, and then retires. I wonder if that will ever happen, because I hope this isn't the last we see of John Cena, even though I'm scared and think it might be, but anyway, this wasn't even a real loss, because there was no bell. Yeah. You guys know how passionate I am for John Cena, man. I think I want to rewatch, like, some of my Cena DVDs right now, honestly. But mostly Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect. I love that DVD so much, man. Hustle, Loyalty, Respect. Amazing DVD. That's, yeah. But, 14 minutes. Anyway. Let's try and, let's see how long this is. 30, 40, alright, about 6 minutes till this is past the 1 hour mark, so let's try and go past the 1 hour mark, shall we? Yeah. Oh, at one point during the show, Mojo Rawley was because Mojo Rawley actually won the 24/7 championship yesterday at WrestleMania. Of course, that's exactly what the 24/7 championship means. It means you can get pinned anytime if a referee is there, if you're the 24/7 champion. And my boy Rob Gronkowski from my favorite team ever, New England Patriots, even though he's retired. It was awesome for me seeing him as the host of WrestleMania. And I was really frustrated when Mojo Rawley took the pin. Mojo Rawley made the pin, sorry. Of Mojo Rawley made the pin yesterday on our Truth to win the 24/7 title. Because I wanted Gronk to do that. But tonight, Mojo Rawley, the current 24/7 champion, at the time, of course, was running through the Performance Center, the stage area, the ring area, and a whole bunch of wrestlers, none of whom I recognized at all, if I'm being completely honest, were chasing him like crazy. And then Gronk, from on top of a podium thing, like, jumped way onto everybody, pinned Mojo Rawley 1, 2, 3, and my boy Rob Gronkowski won the 24/7 championship, which was awesome. And he hightailed out of there. I would have done the same thing. He was the host of WrestleMania, and then it was awesome, honestly, seeing Titus O'Neil take over as the host of WrestleMania. Honestly, that's honestly how I feel personally. It was awesome, honestly. It really was to me. But yeah. Anyway, so that was awesome. And then it was awesome seeing Titus O'Neil take over. And even after the Firefly Funhouse match, Titus O'Neil, it was funny seeing him with a blank expression on his face. He was like, Titus O'Neil was like, and he was like, what did we just witness? What did we just witness? And that was funny. It was cool though at the same time. But yeah. We're going to what was personally my most anticipated match of all of WrestleMania going in. The main event of WrestleMania. The main event of all of WrestleMania weekend. It's so satisfying when every other match has happened and the match that you're looking forward to most is the match that happens last. The main event of WrestleMania 36 Night 2, and technically the main event of WrestleMania 36 overall, the WWE Championship Match. Brock Lesnar defending against Drew McIntyre. I was so nervous going into this match. I was so excited for this match. I can't believe that Drew McIntyre is actually in their history books as having main events at WrestleMania. I told my friend this a little while ago. Imagine telling somebody in 2011 that the main event of WrestleMania 36, the main event of WrestleMania in 9 years would be Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. Because think about the perception, the perspective from somebody from back then who was a wrestling fan. Brock Lesnar at the time had ditched WWE. Didn't look like he was ever coming back. Drew McIntyre was a wrestler that everybody liked, but was stuck in the mid-card. Honestly, he was stuck doing nothing, pretty much, sadly. As much as a huge fan of Drew McIntyre I was back then, he really didn't do much. But his time is now. You can't see me. My time is now. And the main event of WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. The match started off Like I said, I was so nervous throughout this whole match. The match started off, Brock Lesnar was going all in on Drew McIntyre, like shoulder blocks, shoulder blocks, shoulder blocks, shoulder blocks. And, but then out of nowhere, Drew McIntyre does a Claymore out of nowhere for a near fall. Brock kicks out. And then, Brock Lesnar did like 3 suplexes. Then he did an F5, and that terrified me. I thought it was over right there. But Brock Lesnar goes for the pin, and Drew McIntyre kicks out at 1. Hardly anybody kicks out of the F5, let alone at 1. I think Roman Reigns, or actually maybe Braun Strowman, was the last person to kick out of the F5. And Drew kicked out at 1. Then straight away Brock went for a second F5, and I was terrified for a 2 count. And I was like, yes, yes. And then Brock Lesnar went for a third F5 for a 2 count, another 2 count, and I was like, yes. Yes, and then he was about to go for a 4th F5, and I was terrified. Drew McIntyre got out of it, claymores Brock Lesnar, and then he claymore him one more time. Oh, actually, he claymore him again, sorry. And then one more time, while Brock was like on the ground, claymored Brock Lesnar for the 4th and final time. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre defeats Brock Lesnar and wins the WWE Championship in the main event of WrestleMania XXVI 2020. I was so happy that he won, man. I wish for the match, for what it was, this match was awesome. I do wish it was a lot longer, though. I personally wanted it at least 15 minutes, but I'm so happy it main evented. I'm so happy that Drew won. And it's crazy because I actually watched Pliana Productions, however you pronounce his name, video called Brock Lesnar's Underrated. And after watching that, I grew a lot of respect for Brock Lesnar, honestly. And it was to the point where I honestly wasn't going to be too mad if Brock had retained. You know, I was still rooting for Drew. And Drew won. Drew McIntyre, the first British WWE champion, first time main eventing WrestleMania. Oh, and by the way, if you guys didn't notice, this was actually the first time that Brock Lesnar has gotten pinned in the main event of WrestleMania. He has lost in the main event of WrestleMania before, but this is the first time he actually got pinned. His first WrestleMania main event way back in 2003 against Kurt Angle, he defeated Kurt Angle to win the title, of course. And fast forward 12 years later, he main evented WrestleMania 31 against Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins cashed in, but Seth Rollins pinned Roman Reigns. He didn't pin Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar still lost that main event, but he didn't get pinned. Fast forward 3 years later, Brock Lesnar vs. Roman Reigns, the main event of WrestleMania again. Brock Lesnar defeats Roman Reigns, retains the Universal Championship. And 2 years later, Brock Lesnar has finally lost in the main event of WrestleMania. Has finally gotten pinned in the main event of WrestleMania, sorry. Because he has lost in the main event of WrestleMania before. He just didn't get pinned. And it was by Drew McIntyre. Just, wow, man. This review is long, man. How long is this review? This is over an hour long, man. Dang. But I loved how this review turned out. I hope you guys loved how this review turned out. I personally did. WrestleMania 36. I loved WrestleMania 36. I loved every bit of it. Obviously, I could nitpick it, but I loved WrestleMania 36 so much. And I honestly, I would like for WWE to, have an off season right now. Don't need to put on wrestling. Well, and WWE can come back, when this whole BS clears up with the coronavirus. Yeah. What a show. I love WrestleMania 36. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. This review was so long. And it's crazy because my throat doesn't even hurt. I mean, I think it's starting to go to the hurt phase, I guess. But I hope you guys enjoyed my review of WrestleMania 36. Next year, you know I'll be reviewing WrestleMania next year. WrestleMania 37. XXXVII 2021. March 28th, 2021. WrestleMania 37. You know I'm going to be reviewing that, boy. Hopefully it'll actually be in the stadium. And not in the Performance Center. Assuming people aren't dumb enough to, still be going out like some dumbasses are. But I loved WrestleMania. If you guys watched WrestleMania, I hope you guys loved it as much as I did. And I hope you guys enjoyed my review of WrestleMania 36. Both nights. And, yeah. That's my review of WrestleMania. What am I gonna do now with my channel? I can't wait to go back to Universe Mode. By the way, Extreme Rules is up on my other channel, by the way. Sandy Pictures TM. And, my next pay-per-view is Money in the Bank on Universe Mode, which is Wrestling's Fantasy Football. And, I told you guys that I was working on my new movie. I'll probably work on that soon. For now, I think I'm going to rest. I might just chill out, enjoy watching some DVDs or something. And enjoy myself. Take in WrestleMania and stuff like that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys stay safe. And hope you guys enjoyed my review. And I'm your boy Mark. And I'll see you later. Peace out.